우리가 만든 마법 시나리오 뮤직비디오 내가 baby 사랑이여 너는 마법 시나리오 우리 안녕하세요 여러분 토리입니다. Hello, it's Tori actually. And that sound that you're hearing right now is actually what I'm trying to be muting right now. Give me 1 second. So yeah, guys, we're actually only 90 seconds away from iKON's new digital release, just in time for Kingdom, being titled Way Way Way, or in English being translated to Why Why Why. And that early clip with me was just getting really hyped up for this because it's been a long time since we've had an iKON comeback, being last year for Dive. But I'll be honest with you, it wasn't my favorite release. Love Scenario still hits special for me, and I think that this is going to be a return to form to that, a bit more return to like that sentimental kind of older school iKON, but at the same time very different because now they don't obviously have BI or Hanbin, unfortunately, and they now have their own group to like rely on and do the production and everything. So really looking forward to this. From the teaser itself, it looked like they're really going back on those idea of memories, kind of the idea of going back to where they were originally with the bus trip and everything, and even leaving a room spot for what is speculated to be Hanbin BI, and even with that number 725 being kind of speculated, 7 members, 25 I believe is the age of BI. I can't remember, somebody explained it to me. It was really insightful, really helpful, and I'm really looking forward to it. With that being said though, if you want to go check out any of my iKON reactions, whether it be to BI's collaboration on Epic High's most recent album, or even Bobby's Lucky Man album, or anything that's sort of like, whether it be You Mad or even Dive, which iKON released early last year, it'll all be found in the iKON playlist down in the description box below. Hopefully you check out a video. And with that being said, I'm also planning on checking out their performances to Mnet's Kingdom, so hopefully do stay tuned for that. But without further ado, we're 10 seconds away, so we're going to switch to that. We're gonna do this, we're gonna get into this, and we are gonna go. Let's get it. iKON, let's go. Kaja. Ooh, is this 1080p? I have it on HD, right? Woo! The voices! I love the little distorted. Okay. So you have like a radio effect, and then you have the actual voice, but it's a deeper. So you can't really tell in this situation which one's like in focus and not. And we have that picture, just like in the teaser again. What I'm speculating to be most likely Hanbin or BI being like burnt out of the image, unfortunately, due to like them looking back on things. The bus ticket, it's very chill, beautiful. Oh, so the opening kind of reminds me a bit of like a Big Bang song, like Let's Not Fall in Love, I believe. But then it's changing to a bit more brighter, and we can see, unlike the teaser, the plants are still in bloom here. This is that brightness, that opening. Ooh. He has a very soothing voice. Oh, a little bit higher voice. Woo! Passe. So that word passe, that's a beautiful section, and I love how each voice is slowly creeping up to a bit higher. Like we had the first one a bit like, you know, kind of smoky, a bit kind of more just like almost like talking, a bit kind of like right next to your ear, a bit like of a whispering tone. Now we're growing up, we're growing. So passé is in the French word, is actually a French word for the past. So this is an idea of playing on that nostalgia factor. This is the... Woo! I love the drop here. Ooh! Wow! Okay! So this is like a movement I feel like they do quite often actually in most of their choreos and everything, but they've really reinvented it here. I love it. They actually picked up the tempo here, but then there's like a reverb effect. I love having his deeper voice here. Ooh, the choreo. the smoothness. Wait, is Bobby missing in the picture? Wow. Wow. Oh, there's some really clean vocals, and then right there, oh. Okay, so before we get into Bobby's rapping, we have to talk about that chorus. That chorus, in certain sections, it feels like it's almost like a combination of Killing Me and Love Scenario, and like, if anything, also a Big Bang's like Let's Not Fall in Love. Almost or like Loser. Maybe it feels like a combination of all these styles, a bit more of like the emotional ballad style, but at the same time has that iKON DNA that I recognize similarly into like Killing Me or what is it, Love Scenario. I don't know what it is. It's this certain section right here. It's right there. The chippy. There's a certain tone right there that really hits different, and there's like a bit of a more, I think, sentimentality, emotionality connected to that. Yeah, and I think especially like this like echoey radio voice is what reminds me a bit more of like a Big Bang song, but it's very like soft spoke, really beautiful. Oh, but then they reset it, the kind of. What's the ring for? Putting it back on? Is this like a rewind maybe effect? Bobby! This is a big surprise because it brought. Okay, so there's a lot of French in this, and so French pourquoi is why. It's essentially just another way of saying why. Pourquoi on comprend something? Une perte que c'était si précieux. Une perdu que c'était si précieux. I can't read the whole thing, but so it's like why something so precious. Pourquoi on comprend toujours après avoir perdu que c'était si précieux. Okay, so the French translation is why do we always only know after losing something, like losing something, that it was precious, essentially. So essentially, I think it's a call out to BI. I think this is literally iKON calling out to BI, being like, yo, we never knew we had it so good until he left, or something. I think that this is really much a call out to just also their fans, but I think it's in particular BI. It's quite touching. It's very quite touching. And then to pourquoi pas is like, why not here? So there's a lot of, I think, just symbolism or like Easter eggs that are put into this. And I think something what I want to mention on Bobby here is that usually Bobby, we know him to come in with like that kind of like swagger, that grit's like, yeah, like, you know, that kind of like just kind of almost Western style influenced rapping style. But here, he had a really kind of mellowed out vibe to it, almost similar to Love Scenario, but even more mellowed, I think. And it really fit, but he still brought in with the performance of it, that charisma, that energy that I associate to him. It's really awesome. That was a cool thing. Oh no. So, is this telephone booth like a reference to Love Scenario, since there was a I don't know. I think there's a lot of Easter eggs in this particular video. Ooh, the dance, the way that I love that they cut it out and bring it in here. Ooh. Oh, the plants are. Oh. It's a lot brighter than I was expecting, but I really like. Are that a helicopter pad? Oh, the dancing. So here, a bit more sentimental, a bit more sad. And it's again, now we see that the flowers have kind of like decayed, they've withered, they haven't been taken care of. It's almost like their memories, they're kind of going like something's gone bad, something's gone wrong. And I think in this situation, when it's like a feeling of like reminiscence, like nostalgia, I think they're looking back on it like before BI left, and now this is maybe post BI. What's happened since then has been a bit rough on them. You know, I think that it's a lot of it is referencing to this entire iKON journey so far, and I think a lot of it is them asking, it's like, why does this happen to us? And I want to say that everything happens for a reason, but it's definitely a shame. It's really something just how critical K netizens just in general are to like a lot of these like public things, this news and everything. Even though it could be false, there's so much pressure put on these guys that I think that sometimes, like especially what we're seeing today with like the bullying allegations and everything, really kind of just hurts your heart a bit, because we hold them into such high regard, these K-pop idols, that there's no way they can live up to it. And the moment they do something wrong, they have to leave the group to save the group's face. And it just feels really sad, because this song is just, it really hits. And I think we would have never gotten this song had it been for that. But at the same time, you could like things could have been different. That's me. I'm a bit of a rant, but I'll continue. It's an awesome song. Woo! Yeah. Oh, the beautiful voice. Way. Ooh. There's a slow part. I love how it's just the piano here. And the deeper voice too. Very unique voice, by the way. Very unique voice on all. Oh, he's really putting his heart in there. His voice is so particular. It's very nice. I don't know how to put it, but it sounds like almost if he was like maybe a bit like has a bit of like a Western accent to his voice. It has like a light airiness to it, like almost if like he's losing breath, but he fills it out very nicely. It's very nice. Oh wow. I love how they sync it with the piano. They're waiting for somebody at the bus stop. That's what that last scene is, I think. They're waiting for somebody at the bus stop. This entire bus, the journey is burnt down, so now they're like kind of stranded. They don't know where to go. They're like outcasts almost, they feel like. I think that's everything. But I really think in particular, the last scene we see here. This entire scene is them waiting at the ticket office, like in those movies. It really does hit. This really does hit. Like, I think that if it wasn't clear enough, I think the person they're waiting for is BI. It's a sad story of the journey, and I really want to look forward to lyrics. Unfortunately, there weren't any lyrics made available at the time of this airing, this premiere. This is something. This is really something really emotional, but I love how they keep it a bit more happy, upright with the more kind of like poppy vibe, the more uplifting chorus. And I think that having the verses be the more sentimental part, being the more kind of like powerful sections with the vocals, really makes a very, very powerful impact on this entire song. It's a very beautiful song. It's a very hard-hitting, emotional music video, and I definitely would recommend for all iconics out there. Obviously, you're going to check this out, but I wanted to say this anyways. Anybody and everybody should check out the music video at least once to get a good feeling of the entire gist of this song in particular, because I think the song is really great, but I think having the music video paired along with it really does it justice and really tells another side to the story with all of the teasers and everything that this song provides. So it's an awesome checkout, and I cannot wait to see iKON on Kingdom. So guys, hopefully you do stay tuned for that, because I will be checking out iKON on Kingdom. I'm excited for this performance on Kingdom. And with that being said, if you want to go check out any of my other iKON reactions, they'll all be linked in the description box in the iKON playlist. Hopefully check out a video. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. 감사합니다. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or something you want to talk, feel free to leave in the comment section below, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. With that being said, guys, I've been Tony. 안녕히 계세요. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video. 안녕.